What's going on, everybody? David here. Today, we're going to give you a stimulus check update for May 15th. But first off, on this channel, we talk about personal finance and traveling on a budget. If that sounds like something interesting to you, please hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the little bell notification so you can get future updates on my videos. So the first thing I want to talk about is anyone who's a representative payee. I've had a lot of people ask me questions about if I'm a representative payee, are they going to send the direct deposit to me? And when is that going to be? And I did not have an answer because the IRS and the Social Security Administration, they hadn't put out anything, but they did put out something today, and basically May 27th. So you can receive a check. They're going to try to get them out before May 27th, basically. So you can receive it anytime from now until May 27th. It will be a direct deposit if they have that direct deposit information or direct express information. It's going to go directly to the representative payee, and then they will be able to use it to pay for things for the actual beneficiary. So that's good news. They have a date. It's been a long time we've been waiting. We're still waiting on VA beneficiaries. I haven't heard anything about the exact date for them. Hopefully this coming up week, they're going to start doing something with them. Also, paper checks. So the paper checks are still going to go out. So even if it's a representative payee, they're still going to send paper checks out if they do not have direct express information from you or they don't have banking information for you. So just wanted to get that out there. So the next thing I want to talk about is Nancy Pelosi. She did a press conference yesterday. Actually, she does a weekly press conference every Thursday. So if you want to know more information on stimulus checks and the bill, you can listen to her. And she wrote a letter that she sent to everyone in Congress, and she let us know about that. So she gave us a link. And so I went ahead and went over to the link, and I want to show you guys because this kind of shows you where her mind frame is. And she is the author of this bill. Where her mind frame is when it comes to what she's thinking about and how she put this bill together. So the first sentence here is she just basically laying out, just saying thank you for your leadership, and this is an urgent need. So we really need to take care of this sooner than later. So the next thing that she talks about here is Jay Powell. Jay Powell is a Fed chair, and he did a press conference a couple of days ago, and basically he was talking about spending. We need to start spending, and so that's more ammo when it comes to stimulus checks and things like that, because it's showing, hey, we need people to spend money. So this is what the Fed chair said. Additional fiscal support could be costly, but worth it if it helps us avoid long-term economic damage and leaves us with a stronger recovery. This trade-off is one for our elected representatives who wield power of taxation and spending. So what he's saying is he doesn't have the power to do what needs to be done. We need spending. So we need the Congress, who holds the purse, to get in there, get this going by stimulus checks, by other funding for state and local governments, all that. They need the influx of money. And that's what he's saying here. And that's what he does. He's a Fed chair. That's what he does. So the reason that she quoted him is because that's hopefully showing the other Congress people, hey, this is a very serious thing, and we're not going to be able to just take a pause. We're going to have to continue spending or start spending and then continue spending in order for us to get out of this. Okay, and she also talks about a pathway to reopening, and we hear this all the time. Let's get back to work. Let's get back to work. And what is the pathway? So she has an outline of the pathway: testing, tracing, treatment, honor our heroes with robust funding for our state, local, tribal, and territorial entities, and hazard pay. So basically, she's putting everything out here as far as what their focus is on. So the testing, tracing, we know about the testing, tracing, and treatment, right? And we need to have confidence. That's one thing that is not mentioned enough. And when we're talking about going back to work and going back to somewhat normal activities, we need to have confidence in the fact that we feel safe in the environment. So she's saying that if you focus on testing and you focus on tracing and you focus on treatment, that's going to help out a lot when it comes to confidence. And a lot of people are going to be like, okay, you know what? I feel okay now. I can fly on a plane, long distance. I feel safe. That's what we need. So not only do we need spending, but we also need to feel confident in the fact that things are working. If we see things working, then we're gonna participate. If we don't see things working, then it's going to take a lot longer for us to economically get out of where we are right now. All right, then this part here, this is pretty important too. So she says the first CARES Act and the interim package. So she's talking about the CARE Act one with the stimulus, the $1,200 stimulus package, and then that extension, that $484 billion that went to PPP and some other programs there. He's saying both of those bills were proposed by Republican leadership in the Senate. So the Republicans were for that stuff. And a lot of that stuff is the same stuff that she's asking for now. And even when she goes down lower, right below this, she said 80% of what she's asking for now was okay with Republicans in the past. So it's not that much new stuff. Now, they're open for negotiation. And she says that down at the bottom here. She says, we're proud of how we built on that bipartisanship and look forward to negotiations for the people. So she's saying, I'm up for negotiation. They've never drawn a red line in the sand. And so there are plenty of things in there that I'm sure Republicans in the Senate will be on board with. There are plenty of things in there. Now, there's some things that are just going to be non-starters. Take those things out, negotiate things down, and then get the bill passed and then get it to the president. So she's not putting a red line down. Obviously, senators are saying that they're putting a red line down. They're saying it's dead on arrival and all this stuff that, all the talking points that they put out there. But honestly, and I put out a video yesterday, and I'll post it right here so you can check it out. They can't say no. They're bluffing. They're bluffing. They know they need to deal with this. It's going to be in their hands starting next week. They're going to have to address it. If they do not address it and they go on recess, it's going to be bad news. Bad news for those 23 Republican senators that will be running for re-election, as well as everyone in the House who's running for re-election. So it's one of those deals. You need to take care of it now. And I talked about that in the last video. It's very, very important. Now, when you go down here, they have some links here. So she has links here, some different resources. So you can see state by state how much money, how much funding is going to each state and for different programs like educational programs and stuff like that. So you can check those links out. I will post a link to this in the description so you can check it out. So let's talk about what's going to happen today. So the House will vote on this bill today. And if you're watching this video, they might have already passed it by the time you watch this video, but it will be passed. Now, this is Nancy Pelosi's bill. She authored the bill, and she is the Speaker of the House. So she controls the House, and she knows if she has the numbers or not. And so it will pass today. It's going to go over to the Senate, and they'll probably receive it on Monday. Once they receive it, they're going to have to take a look at it. And let's hope they make the right decision and try to work with what they have. Now, they could strike the whole bill down and go ahead and create their own bill, or they could be in the process of creating their own bill right now. But it's probably going to be quicker if they just take the things that they want out of it and say that, hey, we're not on board with the other things, and then just move forward. So we'll have to see what transpires next week. It's going to be very important. Next week's going to be a really important time, and you're going to want to subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be giving you day by day info when it comes to how is it going in the Senate, because that's all we want to know right now, because the House they're already going to sign it tomorrow. They're already going to approve it tomorrow. And so once it goes to the Senate, that's when we're going to have to try to figure out what's going on with them. What are they pulling out of this bill? Or are they going to create their own bill and then try to send it back to the House? So we'll have to see. So you guys need to tune in. Like I said, it's very important. If you want to get updates, definitely hit the little bell notification. So don't just subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification. So every time I put out a video, you're going to be notified that I put that video out. That way you can check it out and see what's going on at that time. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys today. So I hope you guys like this video. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, post it down below. Also, like I do with every video, let me know if you received your checks, SSI, SSDI, veterans beneficiaries. Hopefully we'll be hearing some people saying that they're receiving those checks very, very soon. They never gave us a date for veterans beneficiaries. They just said it was going to be after SSI. So we saw SSI last week, or actually we saw SSI this week. So hopefully we'll start seeing veterans beneficiaries next week. So let me know down below if you received your check. If you didn't receive your check, let me know. That way I can let other people know. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.